I have a note. Don't touch the mic. I wrote a note to myself. Don't touch the mic.
I love it.
Try really hard.
You're probably going to have to ring the bell to get them in.
Okay.
Oh, I knew somebody was going to come bumping, and it was me.
I didn't touch this. It's such a pleasant sound. It's a meditation bell. All the pollen. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everyone here and everyone on Zoom. We're going to start. Happy to see you. It's a beautiful morning. And I am Reverend Kim Haley. I guess everybody knows that, I suppose.
Maybe not.
Maybe there's some new people here, too. So, I want to welcome everyone. Are there any newcomers here today that have never been here before? Oh, could you stand up and tell us your name?
My name is Spencer.
Spencer, nice to meet you, Spencer. Welcome. Always nice. We're a friendly bunch. We won't scare you. Well, I can't promise. The themes for May are truth, free spirit, and peace. And our musician for today is Jim Savarino. Hi, Jim. We're welcoming you back. We love having you here. And we're going to move right into a meditation. And you'll play us something, and then we'll go to a silent part of the meditation, and then I'll ask you to come back to the room. I'll put you up.
She speaks to me with waves on the ocean. I listen with feet in the sand. She speaks to me with mountains of granite. I listen with face to the sky. She speaks to me with wind in the canyons. I answer with stillness and harmony. She speaks to me with whispering rainfall. I answer with peace and tranquility. She's holding my life in her hand, teaching with wisdom that nature commands. I learn not to harm as I try to survive for my mother. The earth is alive. My mother, the earth is
we know that as we sit here, we are in the present moment, and in each present moment, we are alive, we are welcomed here, we are loved. And this is the truth. The truth is that we all have some creative spark of the divine in us that welcomes us, that resides within us. And for that we are grateful. And we're going to have a wonderful service today. And so it is. I really, really want to touch this mic. I have a note to myself, don't touch this mic. So as long as you can hear me, that's a good thing. All righty. Well, it's a wonderful day. Happy Memorial Day weekend. There's always something to celebrate. You know, I realize that there's always something to celebrate, even if it's not a cultural celebration or a celebration that has been put on our calendars for us to celebrate. But every day we get out of bed is a day to celebrate being here. So, and that I feel very, very comfortable in saying. And now we have somebody that we want to welcome up to do our spiritual thought. Haven't seen her for a little while. She looks beautiful this morning. Jacque Stringer.
Read the note, don't touch the mic.
Okay, don't touch the mic.
It's really hard.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Last week, I listened to Luana speak about truth and how it has a resonance, and it does. Truth actually is also a double-edged sword, and when you're faced with it, sometimes it's not so good. It doesn't feel so good. You want to know the truth, but it doesn't always feel good in your body, and sometimes truth can actually feel like a wound. I think it was Rumi who said, the wound is where the light is able to shine in, something like that. And I've been living that in my own life recently. And when you're hurt, the first thing you want to do, even if it's truth, you want to ask why? Why me? Why God? And somebody told me never ask why, but I didn't listen. I still ask why, even though I may know why. It's a natural human response when something hits you so hard that you can't imagine what you did wrong to get this type of thing in your life. Like, it's a natural thing. Like, what did I do? Is my frequency off? Did I do something bad in another past life? It's like my mind just spirals, and I was letting it spiral because I was allowing myself to feel the pain of a truth that didn't feel good to me. And the last couple of weeks have been really hard for my family. And I allowed myself to sit in that just for long enough. But it wasn't like I was consciously doing it, but I felt like the pain of that stab it like pushed my spirit out. It just pushed me out. And I was in a survival mode again for a few days. And the weird thing is that when you're in survival mode, you don't know you're in survival mode. You don't know until you sit down, you meditate, and you realize, oh my goodness, I'm not driving this body. My body is just walking along on its own. My spirit is somewhere over here because she's hurt, she's in pain. And I had to hold myself because it's hard to, when you have to realize crap happens. Crap happens. And I must be in a situation that God wants me in to speak truth to others, to be a guiding light to others, because there's just no other explanation to me. It was almost like having an out-of-body experience when I was going through something, and I was like, I was saying something and I could hear myself saying it. I'm like, that's not what you would say, girl. Don't say that. And I went home and I just was like, oh my goodness, I went back into survival mode. And it's been a long while. And I just am so thankful for the work I've been doing on myself for the last year, 2 years, because this would have set me really far down the rabbit hole. But I was able to bring myself back through the help of this church and the prayer and the people. I mean, I could really feel it was like wings, I think you said last week, floating. And I was like, yes. My attitude didn't switch. It just went from like, I can either stay in a victim mentality or I can choose another route. And I have been, it's like I was preaching in my head for a year and these words kept coming back to me. My own words kept on coming back to me. And I'm like, okay, you've got this, you've got this. It doesn't feel like you got it, but you got it. And you guys have been so helpful in this journey to me. So I just want to say thank you. I wrote some stuff down, but that was just from my heart. But God puts us in situations where we need to be warriors. And we may be shaking in our battle guard and all of our stuff. We may be shaking, but we're there for a reason. And I have to think that I've been selected. I've been chosen to be put in this situation to grow, to show others a different side, a different way to be, a different choice. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'll leave you with a poem that I heard that I just loved. I don't know who the writer is. Okay, I was gonna touch it. I was gonna touch it.
Just keep it on this
Oh, like
vertical
this?
so you can pull it down. Just keep it on the vertical.
It says, "Come to the edge," she said. "We can't, we're afraid." "Come to the edge," she said. "We can't, we'll fall." "Come to the edge," she said. And so they came, and he pushed them, and they flew. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. I love that poem too. It's a wonderful poem. And it's true. It's about floating. Wonderful. All right. Now we have some more wonderful music with Jim Savarino.
Well, a lot of my songs are from experiences. This is one of those. Of course, they're not newspaper articles. So the dialogue in here, I'll tell you what the real dialogue was at the end. But the truth, this was my truth theme. So. I met an angel today. In a crowd, she lost her way. She said, "Perhaps you might guide me, or find some helpful words to say." And I said, hide your wings, so I will think you're earthen bound. Close your eyes to stop the light from shining round. Stand with folded wings on the ground. As I watched, she was gone. Just a memory lingered on. Some small voice in my brain said, "You'll see me once again. Till then I'll hide my wings, so I will think I'm earthen bound, and close my eyes to stop the light from shining round. Stand with folded wings on the ground." searching every face, and I wonder who's the one with a heart that holds the sun, and who will hide her wings, so I will think she's earthen bound. Close her eyes to stop the light from shining round. Stand with folded wings on the ground. Oh, hide your wings, so I will think you're earthen bound. Close your eyes to stop the light from shining round. Stand with folded wings on the ground.
Well, I was really relaxing to that.
Yes.
And
And
very
could I
transportive.
do a little at the end? Can I tell what about the song a little?
Say what?
I
Sorry.
wanted to say something about the song. I
I'm
promised at
sorry.
the beginning. Is that okay though?
Oh, that's just fine. I'm sorry I popped up.
I was
A
going
little
to
too quick.
a Starbucks, and this lady was coming out. She's about my age now, but this was when I was in my 30s. And I knew each other, but then I was like a wave. Something I didn't know.
Jim, we can't hear you. Can you turn something up on your side?
Just speak louder.
Oh yeah, I'll just speak louder. Yeah. Anyway, the lady, what she said, I realized driving to work after meeting this person that it was not an ordinary person, and that's where the song came from. But all she said was hello, but in the subtext was, okay, you see me now, go on your way. But that's all. I embellished.
It was a beautiful song. Did I move the mic? I don't know if I touched it.
You can go up and down vertical.
Okay, good. I think this is okay. This is great. No, I really like that song. It's very touching. It's a very inward song. It felt beautiful. I didn't want to bounce up that fast. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we have our main speaker today, someone we know and love, Reverend Joe Bull.
Yes, you do.
Get over here. My chair is like a trampoline.
Good morning, good morning.
Joe, can you check the amp on the mic because we can't even hear you very well. It's been kind of low.
Well, how about now?
It's a little bit better, but it's still not very loud.
Okay. Well, I'm just guessing, guys, okay? It could be now.
It can't be too high yet because of that feedback.
Will it?
We'll try it.
Okay, I just did a little bit, but I also faced it this way. 'cause
Okay,
this-
we're trying this.
Hallelujah!
Oh, LJ, you fixed it.
I love a guess. A good guess.
Jackie, thank you for sharing what you've been through. We've all been through things that rattle us sometimes, and we start looking for answers or for help, and we know where the help is, through other people and going within with God. We have all kinds of resources available to us. It's a very difficult thing. But the first thing I believe to do is to be still and get calm. So thank you for that. And Jim, you're such a wonderful composer. Thank you so much for that song. Beautiful, just beautiful. Let's talk about peace a little bit this morning. I thought that with Jacque talking about what she was going through, I thought peace was quite appropriate this morning. How do we find peace? Well, we have to try to define it as well, don't we? We all have our own definitions of peace, I think. And I think everyone can say that certain things bring peace to us. Everyone has their own definition of peace, depending on what you feel brings you peace. Ways we can find peace? Well, first of all, being mindful. Being mindful of our thoughts. Get everything to calm down in our head so we can sit and relax our minds and control our thoughts. It helps us by accepting the feelings that we're having without judging it, without judging ourselves or somebody else. Prayer, of course, is one of the strongest things I can think of we can do to get our peace. I can give my worries over to the divine, asking for peace of mind, releasing the negative thoughts to spirit. Ask for an answer and it will come. Ever had a prayer that wasn't answered? Because if you tell me you haven't had an answer, I will go to battle with you. I know we've all had answers when we talk with God's Spirit source. It may not be the answer you wanted, but we always get an answer. I have gotten in arguments with God in my past, standing there yelling at God. And God did the best thing. God just listened. God didn't interrupt me. God didn't say, well, now calm down, Joe. God just let me go. And I finally ran out of gas. And I can almost hear God saying, you feel better? Are you done? Yeah. Sometimes it feels good just to get it out, no matter who you're talking with. And be grateful. It's another way to bring peace up front in you. Think of all the things you do have. It brings peace knowing this, doesn't it? And forgiveness. That's a big one. It's hard to forgive someone immediately if you're upset with somebody who might have done you wrong, as they say. But forgiveness brings peace and joy, and it helps because it releases it from you, so you're not carrying it around with you. That negative energy is exhausting. Just as I've always said to you, let it go. Just let it go. We are only on this planet for a short time, people. Very short time in life. And it's why wasted by reliving past negative issues or things that we aren't proud of, that we might have done in the past. Let it go. Let it go. We forgive and release and move on. We are not here in this life to live in shame, anger, or hatred, are we? No, we're not. Living in the present moment is so important. Practice self-care, self-loving, visualize a peaceful place. I had a person tell me several years ago that when they get upset, they go to their happy place. And I thought, well, that's interesting. Where's your happy place? They go, inside. I go within myself, and that's my happy place. I like that. I started thinking that for myself. I'll go to my happy place. And she told me that she does that because it keeps her from slapping somebody. So I thought, okay, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. And there are different types of peace, aren't there? There are 3 types I want to talk to you about. Spiritual peace, peace with God. You can't argue with God, like I said. I have argued and argued with God. And I expected to have this great discussion with God, back and forth. But God just listens. And finally you just run out of gas and you let go. God is a great listener. And then there's relational peace, peace with others. Ever have a friend or relative that wanted to argue with you? I think we all have. I just let them complain and argue, etc. Just like God did with me. I don't join in. I just let them get it all out. And I ask them the same question that God asked me. Are you done? Feel better? Don't interrupt them, by the way. When someone is upset, don't interrupt. Don't say, now calm down. Let them get it out. Let them get it out. Emotional peace, peace with ourselves. This is the most important one, I think. When we cannot come to an agreement with another person, some conflict of sorts, We sometimes go to the legal system, don't we? Which I worked in the legal system, like maybe some of you did. It's terrible when you give over what you have to the legal system because you feel like you've been wronged by someone, and you put your fate in the hands of a legal system to come up with an answer. And the judge and the jury, believe me, they'll come up with an answer for you. You may not like it, but if you put it in their hands, that's what happens. But it's a shame when we have to go to that point because we can't find a resolution between us as human beings. But that's what the system is there for. How can we reach peace after a conflict is decided for us from within? That's the greatest peace we have. We must find our peace from within us. It's always there. We just have to stop. Stop the noise, stop what you're doing, just sit and go within. There's a story of a woman whose young son died. She went to Buddha for help. She asked if Buddha could bring her son back to life. Buddha said he would help her if she could first bring back the mustard seed from a household in which no one had ever died. And the woman went from house to house following Buddha's request, but she found that every household had endured a death in the family. Buddha, like Jesus, like many illuminated beings, are saying to us that all that life is in human form has its ebbs and tides. We all go through it. None of us ever escape it. It's all how we react to it. They are trying to help us understand how to cope with death, disease, arguments, war, and everything we can have thrown at us. Fortunately, we have great moments of love, caring, and understanding. We have that through each other, through this fabulous place called the PLC. We can call each other. We can sit and talk with each other. Or talk to a close friend that you feel trusted, that you can sit down and say, I got to get something off my chest. We have abundance, friends, family. And we think about our great moments of achievement throughout our lives. Don't forget those things. We seem to dwell on some of the negative things going on, and we forget about the things we have achieved in our life so far. Always remember those things. It helps bring you back. We all have our highs and lows. Having that inner peace is so important. It is something we can draw from to calm us in time of need, to guide us, to heal us, assure us that we are okay. And we are okay. We will get through this situation. We will. With God's Spirit source residing in us, we cannot fail. We cannot. I believe we can demonstrate peace from within us outward wherever we go. How can we achieve and maintain peace and peaceful thoughts throughout our day, our week, or our month? It's not easy, is it? We learn to tame our brain. I like that saying. Tame the brain. If someone is agitated, can you maintain peace around them? And by the way, if you're talking to someone who's agitated and you really just sitting there with them and you just have a hard time listening to them, don't put on a fake smile. People will read that. And a fake smile is like this. It doesn't work. Besides that, it makes you look like the Joker from the Batman movies. So don't do that. Try to be real with people. I was in the grocery store just the other day, and there was a lady ahead of me, and it was busy because it's the holiday, and then there was a guy in front of me, and then there was me. And the gal was fumbling around trying to figure out how to work her credit card or debit card. And the cashier was trying to help her, and the guy in front of me was just throwing his hands up. Oh, man, you could tell he was just impatient. He wanted her to get done so he could get his stuff and get out. And there was no bagger there to help the clerk. She was doing it all by herself. So she started bagging up the groceries and putting them in the gal's basket. And the guy finally says, "Can't you get a bagger over here?" She goes, "Sir, we have 3 baggers and they're all over the other stations right now. If they get available, they'll come over." He's like, just beside himself. So she took care of that gal, and she comes back and starts checking him out, and then starts bagging his groceries. He never lifted a finger to help her. She asked him how he's doing. He never responded. And it's all I could do to keep from kicking the guy. It's like, come on, this isn't bad. It isn't so bad. But, and she looked over at me twice, and I just nodded my head. And so she finished putting all his stuff in the basket. She goes, "Have a nice day." Didn't say a word, he just takes off. And I told her, I said, "That was beautiful, the way you handled that." She goes, "Well, not everybody's happy to be here." I said, "That's a good point." But I thought her calmness and staying within herself with peace worked out beautifully in that situation and so many others, doesn't it? There's no need to incite the thing. We try to de-escalate, don't we? And help others. We can certainly mimic or mirror someone else who's agitated, or we can focus on staying calm and give them a good smile, not a fake smile, a good smile. The experience I'd like to try with you today and this week is when you are dealing with agitation with someone or something. Think about what you would do in a situation. Maybe you've thought about how you've done it in the past and you want to do a better job of it this time. Think of ways that you can respond to those types of situations. I like to take a deep breath and just go within and talk with God's Spirit before I go into prayer with someone, before I'm going to go out and deal with something, just to resettle myself so I'm prepared and ready to go. And I'm not adding to a situation. Putting your attention on peace and let the reaction pass, because it will. It will. Do not allow it to disturb your peace of mind. Easier said than done, but it can be done. Meditation. First thing in the morning is very helpful to meditate. I was just talking with someone this morning about the mornings and how we love to get up early in the mornings and start our day with peace and quiet. It's my favorite time of the day. It's a time to be alone and just sit with my thoughts, enjoy a cup of coffee or whatever that you like to have in the morning. It's a great way to start your day. Regarding war in the world, I don't like to talk about the wars that are going on, as we know, are going on in the world, if you're staying in tune with what's happening elsewhere. But they're there, it's real, it's happening. And I pray for peace every day, for all people involved on all sides, for that to end. We can send our love and peaceful thoughts toward others, knowing that they're probably feeling something that's peaceful to them, that's helping them. We try not to let it affect us to the point of anger. I used to get really upset. My wife will tell you that. Reading the news, I start getting angry, just reading the news. When I can't believe this, I call a friend of mine, "Well, did you know about this?" "Oh yeah," we get all worked up over it. And my wife would remind me, she goes, "You need to get worked up? Is it going to change anything?" And she's right, it doesn't. So I calm down again and let it go, or try to. Inner peace is ours always. Nothing can take that from us. Nothing. can take our inner peace. From inner peace comes outer peace to be demonstrated by us all. God is good all the time to us. Would you please close your eyes in prayer with me? Thank you, God's Spirit source, for giving us the gift of inner peace. For this is where we draw our love, our comfort, our wisdom. We know all we need to do is go within, and there you are. 24/7, there you are, God source. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for this and so much more. And so it is. Thank you.
I was lulled into a sense of peace sitting there listening.
Good.
Felt really good.
Good.
Yeah, that helps. It really does help. I wanted to ask, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. There's lots of words in there I listened to. I took off with. I now want to ask two people who'd like to volunteer to come up, and we're going to do the offertory. So let me get that. And look at you guys matched. Did you guys know each other this night?
We planned it.
I got the right colors on
My
here.
twin.
Anyway, we're going to say our offertory prayer. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Thank you. And everyone on, okay, you guys can go now. You may leave. I started like the school mistress this morning with that bell. Explain, I want all those on the Zoom, you may tithe and go into the iFocus, an email that you receive, and push the green button. It has easy instructions and how to donate funds to the PLC.
And Missy posted that.
And she's posted it, Missy's posted it. And you can also send a check to the Positive Living Center, and I can give you that information if you want it at the end of the service. Because I just blurted it out, and I'm sure not everybody has pen and paper to write it down, so. Thank you very much. Yay. So now, our prayer partner this week is Jacque Stringer. And if you would like to see Jacque, we have a room over here, and you can have her wonderful presence, and she will do some prayer work with you. And if you haven't got time, we also have the frog box that's at the back of the sanctuary there. It's a little box with a frog on it. You can write a slip up if you like and put it in there, and any of us will pray. We all get it together, and Joe puts it on, and then we pray for it. We pray for whatever is needed and by you. So now, what else do we have? Announcements. This is the fun free-for-all time. Has anyone got an announcement they'd like to make?
Steve, do you want to go up and talk about this?
Sure. Well, I can stand right here. I think everyone can hear me.
I don't want to move the mic out.
Planting around the buildings now under automatic irrigation. We've got that set, but we have some beautiful trees out here that may have been planted in memorials, I'm guessing, because there's some plaques beside some of the trees. And when I was doing cleanup and tractor work here, there were several out there that were dead that I simply removed, and I thought, all they need is water. You know, the soil here is beautiful, beautiful creek soil is what it appears to be, because I've dug in it a little bit. And so there's a sign-up sheet back there for volunteers that would like to drag the hose out there. There's only a handful. Now, maybe we can add more trees later, but if we had somebody that would willing to donate an hour of their time every other week, you know, twice a month would certainly be enough to keep these things through the summer. The next 6 months are the most needed period, obviously. And I know, John, when you're doing weed eating, I've seen you drag hose out there, and that's great. you know? We'll try to shape the basins a little bit better, so they can hold more water, and, other than that, the sign-up sheet is there, and, whoever would like to volunteer for that, I'll be willing to meet him here and, flag the trees that I think are necessary to keep them growing, and,
Talk about the two you were talking about out in
oh,
front.
yeah, I had thought a couple right here. I mean, I love trees, so I would have them all over if it were me, but a couple right here outside the entry would certainly be nice, and they could be tied on to the automatic irrigation system, because the tube runs right in front of the entrance patio there, so it'd be easy enough to run a line out there to them. And so think about what you would like. Aspen would be pretty, or birch, or maple, or something that, Karen is the plant expert in our family here, so we would take some advice from her, but I don't wanna put something there that we need to put a big structure to keep the deer away from, so we wanna have something there that the deer will leave alone primarily. They always test new planting, any new planting you put out there, they're gonna come and nibble it, but, anyway, that's something that we could think about planting there.
And we'd like somebody people to donate, to help purchase the trees.
Sure. Maybe we can, I was asking Karen earlier, we deal with the nursery here in Oakhurst, and maybe we can get them to help in a donation of some kind. I'll leave that to Karen, she's
Well,
good
there's
on
no harm in asking.
good on
Yeah,
that.
there is no harm in
Say no, you know, but probably they'll meet me halfway or something, if
That would
nothing
be
else.
great. Well, thank you for all the hard work you've been
Sure. Oh,
doing.
yeah.
It's just been amazing. It's looking so nice, so pretty.
I'm so impressed and inspired by all the time the rest of you give, you know, and it just makes me wanna help too, you know, I get so much, from being here that I wanna help if I can, and so whatever I'm doing, it's totally worthwhile for me, thank you.
Well, it
Thank
shows.
you.
Thank you. Well, I can probably volunteer to water once in a while in the week because I'm close by, and I water. And I know it's going to get hotter, so I can come, you know, once in a while. And if somebody else wants to come that's close by, that would be great too. So, I mean, if you think it only needs once every so often, I'll talk to you after. We'll get it sorted out, don't worry.
Well,
We'll do that.
there'll be a sign-up sheet there,
Okay.
and,
All right.
put your name down and number, and we'll figure it out.
All right, that would be great. That's great. I know, it's so pretty, and this is such a pretty time of year. I love spring up here. It's
Yes.
a beautiful time of year. I do get the runny nose from the sun, but it's worth it.
Oh, yeah.
It's worth it. It truly is. All right, so any other announcements? Okay, I saw Judy's hand there, and then I will go to LJ after.
Have you talked to John Lalonde to find out if you're gonna have the?
Yes, I'm gonna do it if he's available.
Okay, so you wanna announce that first?
Okay, well, I'm gonna announce that the Flute Circle will be happening it's the second Saturday of the month. John just had his operation this week, so our prayers are with him and for his speedy recovery. And he said he's going to try to make it, and if not, I'll be here for sure. So we will have a Flute Circle, and that's from 1:30 for the beginners till 2, and then we go into the regular Flute Circle from 2 till 3:30? Okay, 3:30. I never know, we just have fun and keep going. So, and then if you want to, but we're not taking the mic out
Okay,
because
got
we're
it,
having
I got
things.
it.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then from 3:30, we set up the big drum, the big mother drum, and then we drum till 5. If there's more people, we drum maybe till 5:30. And you don't have to have a drum, like you don't have to have a flute.
No.
And that this is all about vibrational connective frequencies to that essence of spirit and that invisible energy that surrounds all of us. And you're all invited if you can make it. It's the second Saturday of every month. Thank you.
And LJ.
Just a reminder that we,
See how hard it is? Remove the hand.
just a reminder that we have class. We just started last week, and it is this thing called You that we're using as a book, and it's welcoming us, welcoming all of us, all the dimensions of us, and there is one us. So it is paradoxical, and it is wonderful, and if you would like to join in, this is the last week that we can accept a new person to the class, but you're welcome if you would like to. It's at 11:30 here in the sanctuary. We will not stop the Zoom, and those that'll be in class will come on in if they're not already. So join us if you can. That's today.
And the short person.
You can hold it to vertical. You can do vertical.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, good. We're getting the hang of it. I have an announcement. It's a place setter again. It's the end of July. I'm gonna have to set something up. It's going to be at kind of like a concert, but it's a chanting thing. It'll be with Diva Vani, who lives in Guam, but she will be here and she does classes online. And we practice meditation and chanting with her. And it's a nice, wonderful, if we're talking about vibrations, this is another way because it's the voice. And it is chanting and call and response sort of thing. A lot of fun. And it feels good. It just feels good. The drumming feels good, the flute feels good, the voice feels good, you know, and we hope you like and you feel good when you come here and you hear us speaking too. And I know it helps me get through my week. Now, what else? Any other announcements? I kind of just put mine out there.
Do you have a
Yeah.
specific date?
I think it's going to be July 29th. I've been saying the 28th, but it's a Monday, and if I think July 29th is Monday, and the 28th is a Sunday. So I believe it's going to be the 29th because it's Monday.
It is Monday.
It is Monday. I just looked at that the other day, and I've been saying the wrong date. Pretty sure. But I'll be constantly reminding you until you get sick of me. Anyway, now what else have we got? Next week's speaker is the lovely Reverend Sandy West. Yahoo! You don't want to miss that. And we always have exciting things that we hear from different people and different points of view here, and it's a wonderful thing. I hear so many things from different people and their points of view, and even though that's a diverse thing, it's very human. So there's a unity in it, and it feels so good. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we're going to listen to some more wonderful music. No. And then Sandy will come up after the
Prayer
music.
protection.
Oh, thank you. We could do the prayer of protection. Sorry, I forgot that too. I'm so glad I have a prompter in the corner that helps me. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yay. Now, Jim, you can, I'm sorry, you're starting to feel like you're on a trampoline too.
I sit out late on my back stair, feel the breeze in the evening air. My thoughts wander to the mystery of the spirit world and the world I see. Did I leave a child with a healthy mind, love of justice, and a heart that's kind? Did I reason or only rhyme? Will it all make sense in some distant time? In a distant time, what I believe won't overshadow the things I leave. For the things I leave, they will define the worth and meaning in this life of mine. When it's over and I am done, hope I've finished what I've begun, and the ending times, they will reveal the wounds I made and the wounds I healed. But that's the future, so far away. My life is grounded in the day-to-day. If I forget what I should do, my friends will help me remember what is true. In a distant time, what I believe won't overshadow the things I leave. For the things I leave, they will define the worth and meaning in this life of mine.
If I don't do it right, I'll hear my sister. First, I wanted to talk a little bit about, we had the Emerson accreditation here the week before last. He was so impressed with our sanctuary, our church. He took pictures of every room, and when he stepped into the library, he stopped like in awe.
Wow.
And he posted all those pictures. We don't know the outcome yet, but we figure it has to be good or he wouldn't have posted everything. And it was just amazing. And he sat down out here and he said, it is so peaceful here. And so I thank LJ and your crew who cleaned up the library, got the shed done, everything. It was well done. Thank you all. We are a lovely family. So just close your eyes and take a deep breath. And know that the peace that was talked about today is recognized by those who come in. Even if they're not of our affiliation, they recognize the peace and the spirituality of our center. We are our center. We are the ones who are recognized, and know that our connection to Source makes a difference. God shines through us, speaks through us, walks through us. And I am so grateful to all of us for all that we give and all that we do. And say with me, please, and so it is.
Well, we could talk for 5 minutes.
Early out.
Jim might have another song.
Yeah,
Or he might have one.
I have one that's on the theme.
Go ahead.
You want to sing another song?
Thanks, Joe. Thanks. This one, the actual title is Peace and Harmony,
Whoa.
So, but that's not the theme. The theme is for the free spirit.
Okay.
You'll see, it's a little bit up there. But
We'll take whatever you have.
I thought I wouldn't get this chance. Well, I have two more. Don't ever ask a songwriter. Okay. Peace and harmony sitting on the wall, building up a future, waiting for the fall. Waiting for the fall. Ignorance and bliss sitting at the table. Bliss tricks ignorance whenever she is able. Whenever she is able. Cain and Abel put us on a path of jealousy and murder, mighty holy wrath. Mighty holy wrath. We'll travel around the sun, oh so many years, learning how to swim in an ocean full of tears. I'm not a fast learner, but I know what's going on, repeating my mistakes till the universe is gone. Groucho and Harpo dancing in the street, hugs and flowers to everyone they meet. Everyone they meet. Peace and harmony heading for the hill. Nothing is safe and everybody killed. Everybody killed. Travel around the sun, oh so many years, learning how to swim in an ocean full of tears. I'm not a fast learner, but I know what's going on, repeating my mistakes till the universe is gone.
Thank you so much to all our speakers and to musician Jim Savarino. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and see you here next week.